prepared yet.
You need to try and pick off the units as.
Look at the shields on the mark.
Oh my god, the drone's gonna take this.
Welcome back to the IPL Season 2 Losers Round 1 matchup, and this is the continuation of the match between DarKFoRcE and DDE. DarKFoRcE winning game number 1, our Zerg player, and DDE has to win this one to stay alive in this best of 3. We've got DDE, our blue Terran, spawning in the west position, and close by air is his opponent, DarKFoRcE, our red Zerg, in the south position. I'm DJ Wheat from OneMoreGame.tv. And will DarKFoRcE be able to close this series and knock DDE out of the tournament? Or will the life support kick in here for DDE? He possibly wins this game, and then, of course, it would go to a third and final game. We're here on Metalopolis and Close by Air. One of the things that I absolutely love about Close by Air is the fact that you're basically splitting the map for both sides of contention. Both DarKFoRcE gets his side with his natural, his easy to take third, and of course then he can go to the far natural and the far main. Now the Overlord is going to come in here. DDE is going to probably see that floating up there on the screen. Doesn't even have to look in the fog of war. It's going to be a big red dot there on his mini-map. So on the flip side, you've got DDE with this ability to control these here. And then also the Terran has this uncanny ability. I don't know how they do it. I mean, it's so amazing. Or they put a planetary down right here, and they might actually end up taking their gold base after their third. If they feel like they have enough, they can put some tanks over here, make sure no backdoors come in. But we will have the hatchery going down first for DarKFoRcE. Inevitably the pool going down next, and there it is. At the front, though, 2 racks pressure coming out from DDE. One of my favorite things to watch, not my favorite thing to deal with. Any Zerg will tell you that it can be a rough go there with against 2 racks on the Terran. And this is just a pretty standard 2 racks. We see some hyper-aggressive 2 racks here on this map occasionally, where maybe you have one at the front, and then you either build one here and drop it down, or perhaps you actually do just drop it down. Of course, with vision, you can start to get a little glimpse of what is going on. And the first SCV is out, already taken a hit. The spawning pool is going to be finishing up here shortly. That SCV will go ahead and turn around, knowing that he won't be able to go beyond that spawning pool. And the Marine is making his way down. Now, did he see the 2 racks at the front? He did not. But here we have the drones coming down on the timing. Oh, DDE gets his Marine surrounded. He doesn't even try to micro him, and that should completely negate this. I don't know that DDE is going to want to try to go forward with this at all. The SCV is being chased away. There's a bunch of Lings out. He dies, and now these Marines are going to die, and this is a huge lead to start things off here for DarKFoRcE. He not only stopped the 2 racks pressure from coming out, but he also he also lost what, maybe a drone max, and got no additional Zerglings lost. I don't think he's going to have to make any more Zerglings. I just do not believe that DDE will be able to continue with this, but he's going to try. Throws his 6 Marines. We do have the CC going down here at the natural. Morling's going to be coming back. Still does not have speed started. Do we have... Oh, we don't have a spine crawler there. So that Zergling is going to see all those Marines. He's going to have to retreat back to the base. He is going to have to respond by making more Lings, just in case those Marines do decide to come in and make this Zerg not have that great of a day. I'm really shocked that DarKFoRcE is not throwing down a spine crawler here. We do see that an awful lot, just as that extra layer of defense somewhere here. It also helps just in case Hellions come out or anything like that. But I think that DarKFoRcE has a good idea now. Did he finally get to run up and see the front? He still doesn't know how many racks worth of pressure that actually was. But he's going to move forward and immediately move back as he sees these Marines. I can't believe he's even trying to go in for that, going for a surround. And it is not going to work out at all, as we will see these Lings get away. Still slow, though, as speed has not yet finished. More Marines coming down now. And inside we do see 3 racks. And the factory going down here for DDE. So really going to probably get a few tanks out and go for a pretty intense pressure here. And he is going to move forward. Does he have enough lings? They do not have speed yet, not even close to having speed yet. And I think with this amount of Marines, is he going to be able to do it? Well, the Queen is helping out a ton. He does take out an awful lot of lings, and there are four Marines left over. That Queen almost goes down, but he has to back off because he knows that there are more lings incoming. 12 lings being made here by DarKFoRcE, now going back to the drones, getting his lair, and finally a ling does come in. Still doesn't see everything that DDE has ready for him, but the factory now getting a reactor. Interesting. I think he's going to switch that out. Another rack's going down, and we do have stim on the way. Now Link's going to move their way up. Still waiting for that speed to finish up. Where is it? Slow Lings are pretty pathetic, I won't lie. There it is, as speed does kick in. Now there is the one bunker here, another bunker being made closer to CC. And that is exactly why, because the Zerglings find a hole to slip in here. Do kill one SCV, going to kill this one. Building the gas, a quick cancellation on that, but he does go down. Marines will place themselves on the high ground in case any Lings do manage to try to come in here. They'll get insta damage. Meanwhile, Overlord coming in to try to check things out. How much is he actually going to be able to see? He will see the starport with the reactor, knowing that the medevacs are going to come out. That could indicate some drop play. Probably knows that there's going to be a factory as well. Third base going down for DarKFoRcE as he continues to stay on Ling Tech with a Baneling Nest and a Spire on the way. Where exactly is the Spire? It is right over here. Interesting placement for the Spire. It's kind of out in the open if you get overrun by a Terran. Might be one of the first buildings that they would opt to go for. But the other reason he might be doing that is to avoid potential scans that might go down in the Zerg base. Sometimes we even see scans right here because these are popular places for Zerg buildings. And a few Marines and 2 medevacs are out now. Marines with no upgrades, still waiting on their stim to complete. And we also have siege mode going down. We have a scan to take out some creep tumors. It's got to be very active about that. DarKFoRcE kind of needing. Oh no, he's going to post up. He's got to pick these up. He does manage to pick up a few, but does lose a few Marines in the process. Now the Lynx could effectively just follow around those medevacs and make sure that they're not going to drop here. Might not swing around. You know, he does have some great Overlord placement all around the outside of the Terran base, so DarKFoRcE is going to have a good idea what's going on. And here we're going to have a drop on the ramp, and come the Lings once again. They're going to try to do some damage, but oh, again, losing 2 Marines. And the question is it worth it? Now, the medevacs actually could fly over here, still take a little bit of damage. They're going to drop off once again, and I don't know why he's even warding those off. Waiting for those 8 mutas to come out. He's going to kill another Marine, and those really are just free. These have done absolutely nothing. They haven't really gained any information. Do drop on the low ground. I like this, but the mutas are out now, and combined attack here is going to be very deadly. Because once the mutas come in, they can start doing some damage, and now he's got to drop those back down. The Lings will take care of him, no problem. And a great cleanup coming out here by DarKFoRcE. He's going to kill that one medevac. Oh, my gosh. Go kill that guy. He's bleeding. But it's because there's a drop inside the main, and there's not enough units to deal with that. All of the drones are going to be pulled out of here. Mutas, don't go in there. Oh, my God. One muta down, second muta down. More mutas coming in. Send in the Lings. The Lings are going to go in and clean up the Marines. The medevac's going to get taken out, but really unfortunate, and DDE kind of needed that. He kind of needed a successful drop, and while he did, of course, make all these drones move and stop mining for a little bit, more importantly is the number of mutas that he killed. Right now, well, let's just look at the unit count station. Let's be smart about it. 5 mutas, there we go, the 5th one being added, and I'm assuming that, well, even a few Marines are going to be a threat, but more importantly, any missile turrets that he's got down here, and good placement of them based off of the spawning locations that we got from DarKFoRcE. DDE set up for this, and now the tanks have been added in. He probably has a few less Marines than I think he probably would have liked to have in this attack. And he's going to move forward and definitely going to commit to this. Now, going back here, the Baneling Nest is done. He does have Baneling speed. He needs to catch wind that this is coming And then react. Going to need some banelings. There we've got lings coming out. We have a few banelings being produced right now. They're all over here in the back. They're not going to really be helping out. Oh, but he's going to go for the elevator drop into the main. Now, there's not a whole lot of buildings here that are going to be easy snipes for the Terran. So he's just going to walk forward, take out a few of these Marines. Might lose a Muta. As a lot of banelings are going around the back. I like this coming from DarKFoRcE. He is going to go in for an attack. And the siege tanks do go down. Drop a lot of lings, but look at everything fall as the banelings blow it all up. And the Mutas can just clean up everything. Another huge advance. Oh, but running into the missile turrets. Nicely placed there by DDE, coming up with an early escape plan. Now, after that huge battle, let's assess the situation. Thor out for DDE. That, of course, helping versus the Mutas. DarKFoRcE has taken his 4th base. It is up. And we do have the CC down for DDE. It is now going to be flown over, and there it is. He's going to go ahead and go for the gold. And I like this decision from DDE. He knows that he's behind. It's 97 supply to 144 supply. Oh, my God. The Mutas are going to fly right over this. But the rest of the army is coming. So DDE is going to take a risk here. And that risk, of course, is, well, it's going to take out quite a few Mutas here along with those Marines, as we do see about 3 go down. But the risk is taking the gold. And even more so because the Zerg knows about it. Now, the Muta count's certainly getting higher, up to 16 Mutas. And when you get around 20, that's when you're really, really feeling really awesome about yourself. However, a lot of these Mutas in the red will go down to maybe a single splash shot from a Thor or a missile turret. So again, I like the decision from DDE to go ahead, and we have a drop coming out. It's only got 5 Marines in it, but it might be able to throw DarKFoRcE off. He is going to go after an Overlord. That's going to cause a reaction. A couple links coming out, and a lot more streaming in here. He will go ahead and get out of there. Instantly, we see the Mutas react. Are they going to get within range of the missile turrets? They do not, and we will see a medevac fall with those Marines. Now, here's where a lot of damage could be done. He decides to go ahead and kill that. I think he should go in here. There are 2 missile turrets. I didn't see that other one, but he's going to go ahead and go for it anyway. He's killing SCVs at the same time. And here comes the Thor with the medevac. Thor going to take damage to 1 kill, only 1 Muta. And the 5th base is going down for DarKFoRcE now. So the gold, not so populated right now, but if we take a look at the income tab, 74 drones for DarKFoRcE, DDE with 56 SCVs. Another Thor being brought out to the field, and the Thor count's looking pretty impressive. On the other side, we have more banelings being morphed. So we have our Zergs at just +1 right now. Muta's at +1. +2 is on the way, and I feel like DarKFoRcE is going to want to not react. Oh, and we have a Nidus worm coming out. Oh, he cleared it out. The Nidus worm is going down, as DarKFoRcE is going to be able to do a ton of damage. Almost the entire army is over here at the gold. And here it comes. Marines popping over, and they're like, oh, no, this is not good. Ling's going to make their way into the base, and he doesn't even need to commit a huge army here. But in come the Mutas. He could take out those missile turrets with the Lings and then just start wreaking havoc on all the production buildings. And again, not a huge commitment there. It's basically the cost of a Muta. Does some damage, takes his opponent off of a base. He's going to go after these Marines and will be able to kill all these SCVs as well. Even more marching into, unfortunately, a parade of death and destruction. They're doing so much right now. There is a drop over here, but it almost doesn't even matter because we've seen complete destruction from the inside of DDE's base from DarKFoRcE. A lot of Thors coming into play, and that might actually stop this attack. You can see the medevac picks up with no more Marines. He doesn't even get the hatchery. So a completely failed counterattack, as there's still a ton of Lings inside the Nidus network. And he's going to spin him out again. And everything is left. Attack number 2. Oh, no, there is one Thor in here. And he might be able to take out that Thor all by himself. Also, if he takes out any of the missile turrets. that is definitely going to be an insta-win as the Mutas then can come in, and the Terran cannot leave his base. And so DDE knows that he's in trouble. He's going to have to go ahead and counterattack. Is DarKFoRcE ready for this, leaving 4 Mutas out? There are so many Thors right here. He's going to load a couple, drop them probably into the base. And here comes everything. He's just going to go ahead and go for it. He's going to have to Magic Box over the top of these Thors. The Thors are spread out, but they will go down. There's just too many Mutas. And we do have Marines trying to come into the rescue. Another Thor up inside the base. He will go down as well. Link's taking out the final Marines and a few more Banelings. We completely clean this up, but it's not over yet. There are a lot of Marines and 2 siege tanks. All of these Mutas desperately, desperately hurting. And right now, DarKFoRcE has to get a Link count high enough that he can take on this big force of Marines. He doesn't just want to throw it away. Now, will he begin to elevate her up? No. Thor finally making his way over. Thor almost dead. 4 hit points. Send them out. Yes, he kills the Thor. He got his revenge. And DDE pretty much losing everything there. Going to send these Links back out, only to die. So he's on 2 base right now. So DarKFoRcE is now 5 base. This one really just a larva machine, not really doing much in terms of mining. But he doesn't need it right now. He's surviving off of what he's got. He's banking minerals. Over on the other side, seeing DDE a little bit lower in terms of the bank. And is he going to go in for another attack? Surprising, but he is going to do it. Hive Tech now finishes to see Adrenal Glands. We're going to have another Nidus going down in the exact same location. More Links coming out. And they're just going to start taking out production buildings. Thors don't know which way to go. Supply depot is going to get taken out. And we will see the drop in the main. Mutas try to dart forward, take out that medevac, but it's not going to happen. Muta going against the grain there. More Marines coming in, and they will manage to take out those Mutas. So he's going after the Baneling Nest. Another really great decision for DDE. And here we're going to have them come in for the attack. Mutas are bunched together. And he's got to clear out those Marines. But his Mutas are bunched, going to take some huge losses here. Neuroparasites almost finish. So he will be able to use these Infestors. It's a good little switch of his tech. Now losing a lot of his Mutas, spending all of his gas on his Infestors. That Terran. Thor almost going down. And when's it going to do it? It's up. Do it. Adrenal Gland's about to finish as well, making the Zerglings attack a little bit faster. And there it is. He saves his Mutas that way, and he's going to start attacking the tanks. He's got a few more seconds left on that. He's got the ability to throw another one. Just killing Marines now. Neuroparasite is over, but this is actually a really, really good final stand here by DDE. The Mutas are almost all gone. And all that's left are some Lings and a few Infestors. More Marines coming down and being loaded into the main base. And the Lings will come up. I think there's enough Lings to be able to take care of this. He does lose the Baneling Nest. So he no longer has the ability to make Banelings. And he's throwing all of his gas into the Greater Spire. And now into these Infestors. Wow, it is not over yet. DDE somehow staying alive. He knows that he's got a double expand. Unfortunately, he's got 2 Links here that aren't going to let those command centers drop. +3 weapons is on the way at 1-2 for the Marines. There we do have a fungal coming out. A double fungal that will get the medevac. There is a second one in play, and a single fungal will take it out. There's the first Broodlord coming out. And so many Infestors right now. As I love this tech switch from DarKFoRcE. DDE, I feel like, is just holding on. I think that he believes that maybe he's got a chance to win this one, but I think that it is pretty much going to be over once the Neuroparasites come into play. And another, and the Broodlords. I mean, the Broodlords can move forward. Thor will start shooting at him, but how much will he actually kill before it's over? And the tanks are going to unsiege immediately when they realize what is going on. And, just like one fungal would have been so good right there. But here comes the rest of the army. They're going to get some free hits here. He's going to have to give up some units. Another Corruptor moving forward. The Thor is surrounded. He will be taking out some more stray Marines as well. Looking at supply 186 to 131. And DDE Just, oh my gosh, he can't do anything right now. Finally, the SCV is going to be able to take him out. Setting more Lings up there. He knows that the planetary won't be morphed in quite yet. In fact, they're both orbit. No, this one is not, but he's got orbitals up there. And this is a perfect combination to end this match. He's got the Corruptors just in case Vikings do manage to come out, but I don't think DDE can really afford that right now. He's got to be worrying more about his base army, which right now consists of a bunch of tanks, which are going to get absolutely demolished against those Broodlords, and a bunch of Marines. DDE, there is just no way DarKFoRcE is looking for a window of opportunity to crush DDE, I feel like. We are going to see a crush. More Lings going up from the side. The planetary is going down. He could run into the third. He decides to go after that statue. Bad statue. Terran doesn't know where the heck he went. He's behind the statue. There he is. He's going to lose all those Lings. And honestly, I'm surprised DarKFoRcE hasn't attacked. I really feel like he's giving DDE an opportunity to get the units out. That would be good versus this composition. And here he goes in for what could be the final blow. He's going to throw down another Nidus worm. The Marines are looking for it, but it doesn't even matter. It's more of a distraction as we're going to have a bunch of infested Terrans thrown out. That will buffer a lot of the damage here from the siege tanks. And there it is. GG's. Not even going to have to use those infestors. It is over, and DarKFoRcE will advance. 6 Jacks DDE is going to go home. He will no longer be in the IPL Season 2, eliminated by DarKFoRcE from Team Alternate in the losers round 1 of the IPL Season 2. We've got more great StarCraft 2 action coming at you here in just a moment. I'm TJ Wheat from OneMoreGame.tv, and we'll see you next time for another matchup in the IPL Season 2.